Welcome everybody to WIC Live. I'm Kayla Kinnear. I'm here with our winteriscoming.net editor-in-chief Dan Selke.
Everybody.
It is Wednesday at 4 p.m., which means we're talking all things Game of Thrones. And you would think nothing's going on right now, but there's a lot going on.
Oh, Kayla, I mean, today, you know, season 7 ended, Game of Thrones ended 2 weeks ago. Today,
and season 8 is off and running.
We're going to look forward. I want to take today to think about what do we want out of the 8th and final season. What do we know? Because we do know some things already. And just kind of take a beat for a second, take in the enormity of this.
Okay.
It's the final year. It's finally going to come to an end. Are you really sad? I mean, you know
I'm new to this, but I'm sad too.
Like, if I stop to think about it, I bet I will be. Yeah, there's certainly a wistfulness to it, especially for me because I've been covering this for a while. And and yeah, it's a little strange to say that this will be the last set report I ever do for a new season of Game of Thrones. It's the last kind of round of this song and dance we do.
That's crazy.
Oh, so last week we looked back at season 7, what are the high points of that. Today we're going to look forward to season 8. What do we know about it? When's it going to premiere? And what do we want from it, crucially?
Right.
And if you have questions or comments, feel free to weigh in. I will try to get it working. I may have to rely on the inestimable Mark Carmen to relay some. It's not really working for some reason on here.
I got you, Dan.
Thank you. If you see any good comments, questions, concerns, shout them out, and I'd love to respond to you guys. But first, let's go over the question that everybody wants to know. Do we know when Game of Thrones season 8 is going to premiere? How long do we have to wait for the final? Yes, Katie, you have a question.
Dan, how long do we have to wait for season 8?
Okay, well, thank you. The short answer is we're not 100% sure, but we have lots of clues. We're going to try to narrow it down for you guys. When does season 8 premiere?
Dan's got the 411.
All right, so production is already starting to ramp up on season 8. They're going to start filming, like shooting the final season in October, according to Nikolaus Coster-Waldau.
That's next month.
That's next month. That's in a month.
Holy cow.
They'll start shooting the final season. Everyone's really excited about it. Side note, we get emails.
I feel like they were just doing this. Isn't that weird? We were just talking about them filming. It's already been a year. That's
I know.
Weird.
Time flies when you're discussing Game of Thrones, having a great time.
It surely does.
Little side note, we often get emails about, can you get me on the show? We cannot get you on the show for season 8.
Disclaimer.
Although we should totally do a whole episode about how to be an extra.
That would be cool.
That'd be a really good idea.
Dan,
anyway,
we should submit ourselves.
That'd be fun.
They're an extra site.
We can move to Northern Ireland for a while
Central
and just
casting?
hang out. Anyway, filming starts in October, and according to The Hollywood Reporter, HBO programming president Casey Bloys has indicated that filming could go as late as August of 2018. Now that's not official. That's what The Hollywood Reporter said, and it also talked to Casey Bloys.
That's a really
it wasn't
long
a direct
time.
quote from him. That would be an 11-month filming cycle. I can't think of certainly not another TV show that's taken that long. Or
they are certainly going out with a bang.
I mean, outside of like movies that are like experimental and take like years to film.
Right.
Like that one where the guy aged like 7 years.
Curious Case of Benjamin Button? No, that's
Boyhood. Sorry. That was close.
Totally not the same thing.
Not quite. Outside of that, like that's a very long time, which is, you know, good and bad because, and by the way, we're not sure if that's the actual filming cycle, but 11 months is a long time. They could do a lot of stuff with that time.
That means we're getting like full on, well, we always do. Movie production.
Yeah, that would mean, that would mean more than usual. That would mean every episode would be a humdinger of a big thing or something like that. So if that did happen, if it went to August of next year, I'm going to stop real quick. If you have any questions or comments, let us know. Mark Carmen's manning the switchboard. Mark, do we have a question or comment?
Do you think the episodes will be longer?
Who asked that?
Who do you think? Julie Davies.
Hey, Julie Davies.
Julie.
Yes, I really do.
Is this another 7-episode deal?
6.
6?
Just 6, I know. All that time.
I just don't get why you would just make 10 and keep them an hour versus making them shorter and making them longer.
I have some theories. I don't 100% get it either, to be honest with you. I think maybe, okay, this is complete conspiracy theory.
I love it and all, but my attention span is just...
I mean, you know, you watch movies though.
Yeah. But I
hour and a
always
half.
multitask when I'm watching movies.
Fair enough. Unless you're in the theater, saw it last night. You weren't multitasking
Oh,
in the theater, were
right.
you?
I did not know. I was very focused last night.
I mean, you had to be when you're in theater. And if
It's
you're
also a scary movie, so it's like
true.
you're on the edge of your seat.
Conspiracy theory-wise, I might say they have to pay the actors now upwards of like $500K an episode, some of the big ones.
Oh.
I wonder if they're trying to keep it low for that reason. That's completely
So
conjecture.
length of time has nothing to do with amount of episodes?
What?
So like, if they're shortening the episodes so they don't have to pay them as much, but
No, they'd be lengthening them.
Right. If the running time is longer, do they still have to pay them for?
Per episode, though. Like, so think about it. This, by the way, other conspiracy theory. If you had to pay
That's
an
totally
actor
cheating them out of it,
$500K, would you rather have 2 episodes at an hour each or 1 episode at 2 hours? It's still 1 episode, so that's $500K versus $1 million.
That's interesting that they do it though by episode versus like runtime.
That's the way TV has always been.
Yeah.
It's just, usually a show doesn't have the freedom to be as long or short as it wants.
Seems kind of cheap.
That's not what's happening. This is full conspiracy mode. The official line is they're as long as they need to be. And really, they weren't like crazy much longer this year.
No, they weren't bad.
Like this last one was like almost an hour and a half, which was long, but not like, it wasn't insane. But the Casey Bloys also said that he expects them, that 2 hours would be excessive, but he expects them to be longer, yes.
Okay.
So I bet they're gonna be longer. I bet maybe, and there's someone else who said like the finale of this season would kind of set the template. I think it might have been Costa Wild down. And that was like an hour and a half. So 6 hour-and-a-half ones could be in the cards, but we don't know. I would think with an 11-month filming cycle, if that happens, they would.
There's just something about having more episodes and having another week to look forward to a new episode,
I like it too. I mean, I do wonder if it's less for someone who doesn't like stay up to all hours recapping it.
Right. We're not all Dan Selke.
No, I mean, I would like shorter episodes just because I can get them done a little faster. But that's really a Dan problem. Anyway, so 11 months. If it does go to August, post-production, takes 4 months normally. It'll take more for a longer filming cycle if they have more complicated things. So best bet, we're looking at like early 2019
Yikes.
is my guess. Maybe late 2018. And whenever they've like asked the guy that directly, Casey Bloys, he never like responds, yes, it's 2018, yes, it's 2019. He just like, we'll see what happens.
I mean, yeah, I don't even think they have a time frame. Like, I'm sure they have goals, but to make it what it needs to be,
I mean, he also pointed out
I don't think you can put a time stamp on that.
I mean, Kayla, the show is complicated as hell to
Oh,
make.
yes, it is.
Like, we're talking multiple continents. We're talking a cast of hundreds. Well, not so much anymore, but like just tons of extras, lots of special effects. The most complicated show on TV,
100%.
And he said that. If you want the big show and the big scope, it takes longer, he said, for things like this. And Westworld, which is also kind of on Game of Thrones' heels as a huge, ambitious show that takes 2 years to make.
Right. Before season 7, had it always come out in June?
No, it always came out in like March or April.
Oh, spring. Okay.
Yeah, spring. So this was the first time it was out in July. It was out in the summer.
Right. Okay.
No more
never
rules,
mind.
Kayla. Yes. So we're betting early 2019 is my bet. I will put down $1 on it now. Kayla, do you want to bet against me?
Yes. What was your bet?
$1. If that's too rich for your blood, I can go down.
No,
or we
but
can just bet. Okay. Yeah, March 2019. I'm being conservative.
May 2019.
Oh, that would be brutal. But it's
April?
totally possible.
I have no idea.
Right,
Well, wait. So when did production end this year?
Blah, blah, blah. Like early in the year, like February, Marchish, February, I think. February.
So let's go with
So it was like 6 months after it premiered.
January 2019.
Okay, so we'll do March and January, and then we'll see where we are. They melt a new giant block of ice, and we see when the premiere date is.
Because it would be winter.
It will be winter. That's a good point. And that is when TV is...
What are your guesses?
Yeah, if you have guesses, if you have queries or comments or anything, we'd love to know. I don't know why this isn't working here. I'm sorry about that. Usually TV is up, watching is up during the wintertime too, if people are inside.
Good point.
I mean, it doesn't really matter for Game of Thrones. It was in the summertime. People still watch it like crazy anyway, but that's what happens. Okay. So now that we have an unfortunate indication of when it might happen, and sadly it might be really, really late, let's talk about what we do know about it. Because we do know a few things. Not a ton, but we do know a few things. Good call. Starting with people who are not going to be coming back for season 8. We do know a few people who just aren't going to show up. We know that...
Not cast, crew.
Yeah, crew.
Okay.
I mean, cast, we can make our guesses about that.
Right.
We know that the guy who directed the finale, The Dragon and the Wolf, Jeremy Braswell, is not going to come back, which I'm sad about because I really like him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's very measured and kind of really good with actors.
Yeah.
And he gets the episodes that are kind of the conversational ones and are drawn out. He did the premiere and he did that, the big Dragon Pit meeting where all the characters were together.
I like that.
That was good. He's very good with that. And it's too bad he won't be back. I'm betting the final season will be more punchy. They're going to go for action people. We're also not going to get Matt Shackman, who was brought in to direct the loot train attack this past year.
That was your favorite episode.
It was. I mean, for lots of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
He did a great job. He did a great job doing it. He was actually a ringer. He wasn't supposed to do it originally.
Oh.
He's a guy who's known for It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia and some other small scale things.
It's a drastically different.
You know what? He did a good job though. First time in, he came out swinging. He won't be back either. And of course, according to Ed Sheeran will not be returning for Game of Thrones.
We did not
season
see
8.
that coming.
I mean, why couldn't he return? He was a Lannister soldier.
Right.
He was heading
I'm sure
up.
those will be in season 8.
He was heading up to the Riverlands to keep the peace when Arya ran into him in the first episode.
Twitter probably scared him off from ever doing another guest spot again.
That was ridiculous, by the way.
Ridiculous.
People were like,
he did great.
It's a singer and he's in a show. That's stupid. And if you didn't like it, I mean, you have technically your opinion, but I thought it was really silly.
I totally missed Noah Syndergaard, by the way.
Oh, he was in the loot train attack.
Missed it.
He really enjoyed it. He said he had a good time. His character probably died.
He probably didn't get ripped apart like Ed. Ed barely had a line. Did he even have a line?
Yeah, he had lines. He sung a song.
I know he sang.
I mean, Noah didn't have any lines. He just was kind of an extra guy. He was a feature. They had a camera on him.
Huh.
But he didn't talk.
Okay.
And Sheeran got to talk.
Well,
but he won't be back. So I hope you're happy, everyone who chased off.
Look what you did.
I'm kidding. It's fine.
Who should be in the next one? Adele?
Adele, I would watch that. She is British. Oh, Julie Davies, do you know who's going to be directing the new season? We do not. We don't. We just know who's not going to do it. Not Matt Shackman, not Jeremy Braswell. I would guess they're going to bring back a dude named Miguel Sapochnik, who directed The Battle of the Bastards and The Winds of Winter and Hard Home.
Wow.
Yeah, he's really, really good. So if they want heavy action, he's the guy to go to. And he's good at the other stuff too. All Ed said was, it's right, Melody Thomas, all Ed Sheeran said was, it's a new one. Because remember, he was singing a song, and then Arya was like, I never heard that song. It's like, it's a new one.
It was a very quick line, yeah.
In joke. Okay, so we know that. We also know that pre-production has begun. And yes, Susan, they are filming next month. I agree. And see, Julie thinks he was good. I thought he was good
I thought so too. I had no problem with Ed's
about
performance.
Ed Sheeran. I don't follow him, but apparently I'm very invested in his. That Game of Thrones cameo artists be given their due. We also know that pre-production has begun. So, Los Siete Reinos, a Spanish language, hey, they film in Spain all
I'm
the time.
totally having deja vu right now of when we were doing this last year. Of all their locations.
Get ready for more of that, Kayla.
It flew by. I just can't get over it.
It did. It was, I think it's a testament to how much fun we were having.
We were having so much fun.
And we're having
We are having fun, yes.
This is
fun's
fun.
still happening.
This is fun right now. Anyway, according to Los Siete Reinos, they got a picture of a Dothraki-looking hut on the set of Titanic Studios, where a lot of the show is filmed. Mm-hmm. So we got huts back in the mix, some big ones,
Got
small
huts
ones.
back in our lives.
Daenerys, as we know, is heading, or her army rather, because she's in a boat doing things to Jon Snow.
Yep.
Her army is heading up north here, and they're Dothraki, so they're bringing their huts. I think it'd be fun if there's a Dothraki hut and then there's snow falling on it, and they're like, "What the hell is this?"
Would that be magical?
Because they don't know what snow is.
No, they don't.
They would be confused.
They don't really get that in the desert.
They don't like shirts. They don't know what snow is. They're gonna be very, very cold.
They're gonna have to, step up their wardrobe.
Exactly. Get some furs. And they'll have to invent fur. We also know there's been activity at Moneyglass, Northern Ireland. That's where Winterfell is filmed. Corbett Bainbridge, where River Run is filmed, which is interesting. The ruins of Italica they could return to. The Dragon Pit. That'd be fun. And they've been scouting. This does feel like old times. I don't know how to pronounce this.
Yeah.
A castle called Urania Castle, or yes, Urania Castle, built in the 11th century in the Castile region of Spain, looking very photogenic there.
Wow,
in
beautiful.
the winter time. So yeah, it's much like it was back in the day. Only this is the last time it's going to happen. The last time they're going to go look at castles. The last time we're going to have to find new weird Spanish names I can't say.
I feel like we need to get you an extra role some way somehow. You've devoted
really
so
like
much of your
that.
life to Game of Thrones. I feel like they should reward you.
Yes, I am deserving. Okay, here's a question from Hunter Zachary. Talk about the script that leaked. Do you guys believe it? Season 8 leaked script.
Already we're talking leaked scripts?
Already,
Season
Kayla.
8?
Yeah.
What?
It's nuts the way they do this. I'm not going to reveal any plot points that are in there, and we have no way of knowing if they're true or not. But there are.
You're not going to tell us what it said?
No. What if it's true and I spoil things? That would be really inappropriate of me.
The spoils of Dan.
The spoils of Dan. That'll be on my headstone or license plate or bumper sticker or something. There are some leaked scripts, some allegedly leaked outlines.
And you've read them?
There. Yeah, like that. I didn't read the whole thing. I have to, Kayla.
I know.
I don't have the luxury of
job.
staying in the dark. There's no way we can know. We can't know yet. We'll know more when they start filming and whether it'll be confirmed or not. But so far, I have no idea.
Are there any big names dying in the?
Of course. I mean, and we'll
In the leaked scripts?
In a second. I hope folk die.
Yes, we are getting to that in a second.
Yeah, okay, in a second. What else here? Julie Davis doesn't believe the leaked scripts. Yeah, too early to know. I don't know. Oh, and Daniel Smith says, I never wanted to end. Game of Thrones, such an awesome series. I kind of agree and kind of don't, Daniel. I mean, you know. Well, no, because.
Are you allowed to say that?
Why wouldn't I be?
That it's not a great series?
Oh, no. I meant that about it never wanting to end.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm on board that it's a great series. Don't worry there. I mean that, yeah, I think some series are great because they have to end. That's not quite what I mean.
All good things must come to an end.
That's way more accurate and eloquent. You know, if things go on forever, that makes them a little less special. So I do want it to end eventually, and I want it to go out really well. People don't seem to be buying the leaks like Pamela Hendy. Again, I just don't know. I don't know yet. We'll find out more soon. Anyway, also, we have our first casting report and our last first casting report of Game of Thrones.
These were really
Life.
fun last year.
They were kind of fun.
Can't believe it's happening. Here we are.
It's happening again. It's our last first one of the season.
What are they casting, Dan?
Okay, HBO is looking to fill 2 roles. 1, a northern girl aged 8 to 10. She comes from a family of soldiers, Kayla. It is a very nice standout part for a strong-minded young girl with a fighting spirit.
John and Danny's daughter, flashing forward.
Oh, do you think it would happen, like a flash forward? I would love that.
I think that's what they're casting.
That would be interesting. You serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so Kayla
That's
thinks
my
they're
guess.
trying to cast John and
It's
Danny's
like
daughter.
a flash forward.
I just thought it would just be, because they told them to train the boys and the girls both to fight the White Walkers in this season. I thought it might just be like
that could be
a young, spunky girl.
There's so much into that, like, fighting spirit, comes from a family of soldiers, like, I don't know. It's my guess.
That might be like a Lyanna Mormont cousin or something.
I also thought of her.
She's shipping over from Bear.
She's a little Spitfire.
That's interesting. I hadn't thought of that though. What a leap, a fascinating leap.
It's a stretch.
And also a boy aged 8 to 12 with a distinctive face from a poor background who had to fight to make his way in the world. They want someone who can completely own the scenes that he appears in, so multiple scenes. By the way, these come from Watchers on the Wall, the Game of Thrones fan site, who has an inside kind of connection to some sources who are good at getting them info like this. So a boy also, don't know. But they're starting to cast, exciting to think about. I don't know. I mean, I don't know, not a noble person because he's
Right.
poor. Like to fight in the world. An Oliver Twist scrappy type.
Oliver Twist.
Yeah.
Could it be Sam's son, stepson, adopted son?
No, they're not going to go. Well, if they go forward in time again.
Right. I'm just making all this up in my head. I don't know.
I like it. This is way more shit than I come up with. It's like some guy they pick up on the way going north. But that's just fun to think about.
It is.
Because they'll start casting for more. And you know, back in the good old days, when they put these out, I could be like, oh, I know where they're casting because I read the books, and like that character's going to show up soon.
But you have no idea because they're going off the books.
And finally, let's talk a little bit about, now that that's what we know. And we don't know a ton, but we're trying to tell you everything we do. Let's go over comments really quick, see if anybody has any queries or comments we can respond to. Yes, Kimberly says that she loves leagues. When we compare filming, etc., can't believe anything. True, I agree with that. Shane Long, where is Ghost? You know that Jen Steiwell didn't show up the entire time?
Right.
All 7 episodes?
I was going to ask how many are still alive at this point?
Just him and Arya's Nymeria, who did show up.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot they had that like standoff.
I thought that scene was great.
It was. Made me sad though.
It did. I mean, I wonder if she'll come back. She could. She's still out there. She's alive.
Everyone has to come back for season 8 that's still known to be alive.
Hi, Tamara. She says hi. Rory Vial is a little afraid that anything is going to feel like a letdown after such a long wait.
I agree.
Do you have
I
any?
really do agree. I hate when they do these long gaps. I've fallen off at least 3 shows recently because of too big of gaps. What did I not watch? I haven't watched House of Cards, Orange is the New Black, Scandal, and Homeland. All of those I was like faithful watchers of, and if you go over a year, I just lose interest.
I mean,
or even a year is long, because then I forget what happened in the season before, and
yeah, it's definitely a problem. It's a weird push and pull with, I mean, do you want to get it out? I mean, do you want to, I mean, again, a show like this, you're not going to do it in like 6 months. Just not going to happen. Like, not with all the elaborate stuff they have. But, I mean, it's very rare is the show that has this kind of cachet that can actually, like, take this long to do, because people will fall off. I mean, of any show, if it takes a long time to come out.
I don't know if they're going to fall off as much with Game of Thrones. It's just annoying.
I'm sure they won't.
Yeah.
Because it's so hyped and its viewership's going up every single year. But yeah, it's a concern going forward for other shows, I think. Like, if other shows want to do what Game of Thrones did, and there's been talk about that, like Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos basically is telling Amazon Video to bring him the next Game of Thrones.
Ooh.
Which is, it's a weird catch-22, right? Because Game of Thrones was such a, like, kind of homegrown, very slowly rolling phenomena that kind of hit at the right time. How do you get the next Game of Thrones?
How do you? Because
I'm not sure there's a formula for that.
I don't know anything about this, but were the books super popular before the show came along?
They weren't super popular. I mean, they were successful, definitely, but they weren't a phenomenon.
It wasn't like Harry Potter.
No, it was not like Harry Potter. But they were there. They were all there for you to make. Like, you had a blueprint for years, and they were able to ride on that for a while. I'm not sure. I'm sure there are other great books out there, but it's like the next Game of Thrones, I figure, will come from somewhere we don't expect. Like, I'm not sure chasing it is the right way. We have a comment or question or query, Mark Carmen?
Will Sam and Gilly get married? Brenda wants to know.
Oh, Brenda, will Sam and Gilly get married? I think that'd be nice.
I hope so.
Yeah, that'd be a nice little happy ending for some of our characters. Someone deserves it, and they seem like a nice
I hope
couple.
they stay a unit. I hope no one dies in that little group.
I mean, they've been very close the entire time. Like, they're the ones that nothing bad.
Stayed out of harm's way.
Like, yeah, but like, in terms of really bad things, they've pretty much steered clear of everything. They're going back to the north now, so that could be a problem, but we'll see.
Yikes.
Let's talk about what we want out of the final season of the show. What do you guys want? I'd be curious to know that as well. Oh, what happened to the 2 people in the dungeon that Cersei put them? Asked Barbara. I think the one
The mother-daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to know. Yeah, I'm curious if they'll bring that back at all. Probably not.
I mean, the one died of poison.
And the other one was just going to be left there to rot and die
Yeah.
and watch her daughter rot.
I don't see her getting out of it. I think that's the end for
The other
Ilaria
one
and
is
Tien
the
Sand.
nun lady with the bell.
Oh, Septa Unella? Good times.
She was like put away and we never saw her again.
She's probably with them. She's in like the next cell over.
Yeah,
like rotting.
probably.
Just Cersei's
Gross.
people she hates in a row in some area under the Red Keep. Don't cross her. Anyway, speaking of Cersei, what do you want for her? What's your wish for Cersei in season 8, the final season? Do you want her to die? Do you want her to live?
I can honestly say I have no idea what's going to happen in season 8. My big wish.
I mean, apparently you think there's going to be a Jon and Dany daughter who's 8 years old.
I definitely think there's going to be an offspring.
Yeah,
They just built it up too much to make it not happen.
Right. Calling it here.
The big thing I do want to have happen is I want all the Starks to reunite in the North and live happily ever after.
I think you'll get part 1 of that.
With Tyrion.
With
and
Tyrion's
Jaime.
kind of there. So you want all the likable characters together
And
in
Daenerys.
Winterfell. All right. Yeah, why not? Go for a happy...
So I guess, does that mean I want Cersei to die?
Does it?
I don't think they can all live peacefully. I don't think they all get out alive, no.
No, I super doubt they will too. I'd be really sad if they did. I mean, this is a show that, has built up its stock and trade on being dramatic and living in a world full of war and death and unpleasantness. People have died in this world, and if they've cut off like main characters in past seasons, I want main characters to die in this season so I can be thrilled.
Dan.
Yes.
Who do you think is going to be the biggest character to die in season 8?
Jon or Daenerys, one of them.
Really?
I think they gotta kill one, at least one.
That's the problem with them hooking up, because now they're too big together,
Yeah. I mean,
I also think they lose power by being together, so I don't know what... Nothing, I'm contradicting myself.
I think what you said, okay. I mean, I think they were kind of not too big separately, but they were both huge separately. And this is not a super happy story. It's about war. If you bring these two together, these two main characters, I think one of them pretty much has to die. Not has to die, but should if you want this story, this ending to land.
I don't want it to be either, though.
I mean, no, neither do I. And that's what'll make it good. You won't want it, but it'll happen and you will cry your eyes out. Maybe you won't. Maybe I will. Maybe all of you will. I don't know.
I feel like of the two, it would be Dany. Is that weird?
No, I mean, why do you say that?
Well, first of all, Jon will probably find out that he is related and a Targaryen, so that's 2 Targaryens.
Right.
I don't know, that way she would be, but I don't know what would happen to the dragons if she was gone.
I wonder if they'll all die at some point too.
Are these in your spoilers?
No. They're not in my spoilers.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That way she would be, like, in a way, going to her unborn child and Khal Drogo.
Okay, gotcha. Well, but then Jon could go to Ygritte.
Oh, right.
Go to Ygritte. Could go to his father or his fake father.
But he has to rule the North.
Daenerys has to rule the 7 kingdoms.
I don't want either to die. Okay.
Neither do I. Mean, I don't want either to die. I'm just betting by the rules of dramatic momentum. I bet one, maybe even both.
So you think Cersei lives?
No.
Oh.
But by the same rules, she's come really far. I've really enjoyed. I loved Cersei this year too. Keeps on surprising me.
Or the 8 to 10-year-old they're casting could be her daughter.
So you're really committing to this time jump thing. I like it. Okay.
I actually am.
That'd be fun. Maybe the entire season will be like 10 years later. The White Walkers
all their kids' kids. That's jumping way ahead. Okay.
I would totally watch that. Ayman Hazim thinks that Dany, Cersei, Tyrion, all of them will die.
Not Tyrion.
At the end of the day, it's possible though. Like anything can happen. How about this?
So hard to pick because you're right. I have no idea what's going to happen.
If we had to pick one Stark sister to survive.
Really?
I know it's mean, but it's already been asked. I don't see how I could take it back.
If it comes down to
and to also you guys, if only one Stark sister can survive the final season, who would you want it to be and why?
If it comes down to like survival skills, Arya is going to win that.
Right.
But I think I'd rather have Sansa.
I think I probably would too.
When did I become? I became Team Sansa somewhere along the way.
It's right around the time she escaped Winterfell from Ramsay. And,
Yeah.
around
She's
then.
really grown on me. Thought she was a brat at the first couple of seasons, but
Yeah, that's one of the good things about the show. They grow a lot.
just because of the skill set that Arya has, I feel like she's going to maybe live longer, but I hope it's Sansa.
I mean, she'll also be closer to the thick of things, though. Like, Arya will
Right.
be in the battles. Sansa
Yeah.
will be in the battles.
That's a
She'll
good
be
point.
planning things. And she might be smart enough to
But I
get
hope
though
neither
if
die.
things get bad. What's that?
I said I hope neither die.
I could see them going either way. I could see them dying. I could see them living. I'm not sure. If I had to pick one, I might say Sansa lives too. But I do love them both.
Because it's the one you'd least expect.
Yeah, which also could be, why killing Jon would be fun. Because I kind of expect him to live a little
But he
bit.
already died once, technically.
So kill him for good.
Uh,
And so Cersei, of course I see her dying. She's too
you
big of
said
a villain.
an episode or two ago you could see it going like Jaime or Jorah or
Oh sure, Jaime could go either way, Jorah can go either way, Sam I see living.
Tyrion has to live, yes.
I mean, he could die. Something tells me he'll make it through. Just because the smart one who knows to stay back and not get himself too involved.
I would actually probably be the most devastated over a Tyrion death.
It'd be rough. It'd be rough, which probably means they should do it.
No.
I mean, now we're thinking
They
about it. But you'll be devastated. Devastate us, Game of Thrones. Do it. I want to be devastated.
No.
Jaime is going to die, thanks Chris Knapp, and that's fine.
Keep Arya.
And Michelle agrees that Sansa will survive. She's not be fighting in battles. So those are the big ones. Bran, I can see it going either way. I'm not terribly invested in Bran, whether he lives or dies.
Yeah, he's kind of a yawn.
I mean, Bran's neat, but
But I feel like since he knows everything, he's not going to die.
I mean, or he'll have to die so they can take away that advantage they have.
Oh.
Right.
What if the Night King kills everybody and that's how it ends?
See, I see that's too bleak. George R. R. Martin has said the ending will be bittersweet. That tells me that some folk are going to die, not all of them, and that they'll probably defeat the White Walkers, but the Westeros will be changed.
Didn't Lost have like a weird
Never saw
ending?
it.
I didn't either, but I know people were like kind of upset about the finale and it ended in some weird way. I feel like
I've heard that.
maybe they'll do that to the Game of Thrones.
I doubt it.
It was all just a dream.
Game of Thrones is so much more. I mean, it's not grounded in reality,
Right.
but in a way, I mean, more than Lost. I mean, at the end of the day, Game of Thrones, even though there are dragons and there are zombies, there's still like things that are happening in the world, It's not like, it's never done it was all a dream type thing. It's never
Right.
done a,
No, and they should not
like
do that, by
things
the way.
aren't what they seem kind of thing.
I just didn't know if they were going to pull anything weird on us.
I really super doubt it.
Okay,
I mean,
good.
I guess they pulled the time travel thing on Hodor, but that was pretty self-contained and I thought it worked really well. You can disagree though.
Still don't understand that.
I loved the time travel thing in Hodor. Other than that, anybody want to get together in the end? I know you have problems with that.
I don't see anybody. I really don't. This is like the one show I watch where I don't really care if anyone's together.
Yeah, fair enough.
I still don't like Dany and Jon together.
No, because of the incest. That's perfectly valid. I don't really see any. I'm coming around to the idea of Tyrion and Sansa together a little bit. I think they make a good power couple.
Totally, yeah.
I mean, they're both smart. They're both strategists.
But as far as like, I don't see like the romance between them. I just think they'd make a good like, yeah,
I mean, Sansa needs to like
power team.
date herself for a good few years after all she's been through before she gets into anything. But
Yeah.
if we have a flash forward, why not? Can't see Arya with anybody ever.
No.
She's too maladjusted. Sorry.
What's gonna happen with Brienne? Who's gonna tie her down?
No one. She's her own woman, damn it.
What if
Her, I can
Tormund
see
lives?
maybe dying.
Is he gonna come to her, or is Jaime?
No, that's a fun little thing. Maybe Jaime would do it.
Jaime.
I could see Brienne dying too, or living. That's
No.
another one in the middle there.
So basically, we said that about everybody.
Well,
that's
no,
left.
Cersei's gonna die.
You
Definitely.
think? Why? Because she's evil. She has to.
She's a huge evil.
You have to
presence,
kill the villain.
and they're building it up. They're building up her. It would just be so satisfying.
Who kills her?
Tyrion, Jaime, or Arya?
It's got to be Arya.
You think?
It's on our list.
It is. Yeah, it's on our list. And
Jaime can't do it.
and they're both still. Sure, he could.
I can see Tyrion. I
mean,
can't see Jaime.
I-
Or is that the whole point?
I feel like Jaime kind of missed his opportunity. Like maybe he could have killed her this season.
They
Maybe
were
Arya.
in a womb
Maybe he could.
together. I don't think you can kill your roommate.
Your roommate, is that a thing? It is now.
I think they make that like on onesies for twins sometimes.
Cute. Is there anything else we need to cover? What? Just like that's what we want. Well, I guess we didn't say what we want. We just thought maybe they'll die or they won't.
I want the
see
Starks
Theon dying
I want
too.
the Starks to live and rule the North and everything, and
Okay, perfect. I like
that's
it.
my hope.
And I want a bittersweet ending where we lose about like a third to 2/3 of the characters, but the ones who live have earned their survival and they build a new world from the ashes. But I do want some death, but I want it to be restorative in the long run. Like I want 2 Starks
Yes.
dead.
No.
Like choose any 2, like Jon and maybe Arya or Bran.
I choose Arya and Bran.
I want 1 Lannister. Maybe I should go with 2. Like one of the Lannisters can live. I just want a lot of people to die. I see Theon probably dying, but Yara living. I'd like that.
Yeah.
You want to definitely die.
You think?
Do you not think?
Yeah, he wasn't big enough for me to have
Right.
to live through. Yeah.
I mean, he's like Cersei is a villain who has like a lot of shading to her. Euron's just a jackass.
Theon's gonna kill Euron. That's my
I
take.
can see that, yeah. Ooh, Ben Clement thinks that Arya will kill Cersei disguised as Jaime, but that means that she had to kill Jaime to steal his face. That'd be horrifying.
That can't happen. I like Jaime now.
Daniel Silva thinks that Bran will marry Mira. I mean, she's getting the short end of the stick there. What a boring husband Bran would be now that he's all super three-eyed raveny. But that's it. So that's what we wanted of season 8. We'll have to wait probably until 2019 to find out. But we're going to keep on doing Wick Live. We might have a new Kayla. You have seen all the episodes now.
I have. Do you
Kayla
guys want me to watch them again?
Kayla knows nothing. I mean, do you? Go ahead. Kayla knows nothing is over, but we're planning a new series to start fairly soon. Next week, we're going to take the week off because we've earned
Giving
it.
Dan a break.
Giving Dan, let's clap for that. But we'll be back the week after, which is a date that I can't figure out in my head. It's what, the 13th today?
Yeah, so in 2 weeks.
We'll be back in 2 weeks on
14
Wednesday at 4 p.m. We're going to be giving away more stuff. And congratulations to the guy who won the stamps. Those will be going out. We're going to be having a new journey to go through with you as we wait this long, through the long night before season 8. We're going to be covering the news from the set of
Dan
season 8.
is always on top of.
And we're just going to be having more fun with Game of Thrones Song of Ice and Fire.
And perhaps some surprises.
Perhaps.
We don't
some
know what those are
surprises.
yet, but it's time to get creative.
So we hope you'll join us. We'll be back in 2 weeks, taking next week off to unwind a bit. And thanks so much for coming with us on this journey, guys.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.